All right, we're live. All right, so I think I found something very shocking that I want you guys to all look at. This is just, I don't know how to explain it. If this isn't proof that aliens are not here, I don't know what is. Aliens, they've been here for so long, you don't even know. I'm not, maybe about 300 million years the first alien landing happened, but let's begin with this. This video is just this is just one example, by the way. In Cincinnati too. It's all happening in Cincinnati. The otherwhere else, anywhere else, it's just, I mean, I'm not saying it's not happening anywhere else, but especially in the US, here in the US, in the Americas, it's just,
Yeah, what is going on? Yeah, that is bizarre, dude.
this stuff happens all
Like,
the
what's
time,
going
and
on,
there's
man?
no
Like, there's one
explanation behind it.
circling. You see
But
that one
I
circle
think
over
I've
there?
got, I don't
And
know
then
if I
they
should
like
call it a
they
theory
go
or the
away.
truth, because I don't know.
Yeah, like what is happening?
Yeah, look at it turn on behind there.
Yeah.
What I don't understand is
All right. Well, you see that, and you might, like, yeah, you can pass that off as something else, but let me tell you, in the Bible, it's been predicting this. Here's one quote: "There will be signs in the sun, moon, and stars. On the earth, nations will be in anguish and perplexity." And that's like this right here. Nations will be in anguish and perplexity. There's America has been like looking for aliens for a while. Like, people have been going out. Like, everyone's been perplexed about this stuff. At the roaring and tossing of the sea, people will faint from terror, apprehension, and of what whatever. The rest of this right here, there will be signs in the sun, moon, and stars, which means the sky, right? And there's been lights in the sky. And here's one example. Here's a news article of Baker Mayfield seeing stuff in Cincinnati, by the way. He lives there. He probably sees this stuff all the time. People have all seen this. All right. Is this one of the news articles? Yeah, I think so.
Catherine Bodak went down to What the Duck in Falmouth to check it out.
There is a
Okay, never mind. But here's another one. Like, explain Cincinnati. All happening. Cincinnati. All in Cincinnati. I've told you. And you know who likes to report this stuff? Fox. Fox always reports this, and they always try to pass it off as some sort of meteorite or just, they always try to pass, like, and this has got me thinking, like companies in Cincinnati, Macy's. So there's not a whole lot in Cincinnati, like, but Macy's. And Macy's is cracking down on this. Macy's already knows about this. The CEO has already stated that aliens are what's killing them. I couldn't agree more. And you might be wondering, why Cincinnati? And this is where the history comes in at. So you might think, like, wouldn't they, aliens, like, why this right here? Why would they pick right here to go? Like, there's so much, like, there's the entire Africa, which is rich with minerals. And the simple answer was America used to have so much stuff in it. like 300 million years ago, when the aliens passed by and scanned the Earth. Right here, right in this area, right here, is where their scans picked up minerals. I don't, maybe a meteor hit here full of it. And you might be thinking, and this, going back to this, Fox always tries to pass it off as a meteor. They're not, they never, they're like, oh yeah, maybe it's a UFO. But, oh my God. It's so obvious. And Ohio, especially Ohio, it has nothing here. Like, Nevada has a ton of silver, which could be used for, who knows, like spaceships, coal. Kentucky has a ton of coal. Like, Ohio just has flint. Who's going to use flint? And you might be wondering what the aliens came here for. Well, it's for their spaceships. And why did they, going back, why did they land here of all places? They have an entire Earth to land on. Like I said, the scans picked up a lot of minerals here. So, it goes back to Pangea. This is when they first landed, about 300 million years ago. They scanned this big... Earth was just all water except for right here. And their scans probably wouldn't pick anything up under the water, because the water would probably hide the magnetic and whatever scans. But they probably scanned all of this. And right here was the most habitable. It was warm and temperate, near tropical arid. And aliens, the aliens that we're talking about, I'm not sure what they are, but my prediction is probably that they come from somewhere where it's colder. And that's why they landed up here, not down here. And the reason they landed near the cold too is because that's how you make... We'll get into that in a second. But... in literally a second. So, for space exploration, you're going to need plenty of liquid hydrogen. Liquid hydrogen is what powers spaceships. And to make liquid hydrogen, you need a lot of oil to make hydrogen, and then you need to basically freeze it in the cold. And that's why they landed here, was so they can freeze it. So they can get, they mined from Ohio, from the Ohio and Cincinnati area, and then they probably had some sort of, I don't know, tram. I don't know how they traveled, but they would go up here and probably freeze it and make liquid hydrogen, and then probably ship it somewhere else. You might be wondering, like, what about other planets? Well, Mars is a good example of a planet they already ripped with. They already mined this place. There's a reason why it's so desolate. Like, I don't think was ever life here, but there was so many minerals, and it probably looked a lot different. This landscape is just torn, and scientists say that storms happened here, but that's far from the truth. I mean, yeah, maybe a few storms happened, but let's just be honest here. The aliens mined Mars of its resources, and look at the planet. It's just desolate. There's nothing here anymore. And you might be wondering, why didn't they do the same to Earth? Why didn't they strip everything from Earth? Well, the answer is kind of simple. It's not a lot of planets have life. Like, us and that other alien planet might be the only planets in this entire universe to have life. And, well, something so delicate as Earth, they probably went around studying, and the main goal was obviously for resources, because wherever the aliens came from, if they're anything like us, they're definitely in a war. The alien wars probably have. There's definitely, I don't know. I'm not. I obviously haven't been to this alien world or ever seen it, but I'm just saying, like, they were probably in a war, and their main purpose was resources. Because why else would they be getting resources unless they just like exploring the universe and learning? But if their main purpose was learning, they wouldn't be mining Earth and Mars. That instead they'd be studying everything here, which they did study. I mean, they probably took a few of our animals, and probably what we think is extinct today, they might not be extinct. They might just be on some different alien world. But anyways, back to Mars. So when they're mining here, they mine a lot. And you might be wondering about the, like, if they're going, why didn't the reason that Mercury and Venus are untouched from anything is it's too hot over there. Far out in the solar system, I don't know where they came from, which side they came from, but they definitely got air and whatever minerals from Neptune, Uranus, Saturn, Jupiter. But then there's this big gap here. Look how much space is between Mars and Venus, and then look at how much and then there's a giant asteroid belt around here. My question is, or like my theory is that there's a planet, and I'm not there used to be another planet, and this is where the mystery of the ninth planet comes from, because there's a big asteroid belt, like those rocks. Scientists predicted that rocks there's like a magnetic, like what magnetic pool would be here? Why here? And why would all the rocks just go to it? There's no explanation besides that there used to be a planet here with a magnetic that used to have an orbit line and got destroyed. And my theory on why it got destroyed is either aliens, there must have been some sort of rich mineral on that planet that the aliens just needed, and just they mined it so much that it just destroyed the planet, or they just blew it up. And the reason I think they might have blew it up was because they saw this life on Earth, and they knew that there were probably advanced life here, probably like humans, like us. They probably knew about how life could get so advanced someday, and they might have just blew up a planet to keep a ring, and their best hopes so we wouldn't be able to leave this area, because they don't care if we're in here. They don't want us to figure them out. Those are my two theories. I think mining the minerals in the planet just getting destroyed is a better explanation, because it makes more sense. But you could really go either way. We probably will never know. And I'm not the first one to kind of come up with this fifth planet, or this mystery ninth planet. Other scientists have came up with this, and they're not wrong, because there had to be another planet here. There's no way, and you can't. If a black hole happened, Mars and Jupiter would be destroyed. So there couldn't have been like a storm or anything. So something or someone, or something rather, someone had to destroy it. And yeah. And so going back to Earth is all right. So the aliens settled here, right? Why aren't they there anymore? Well, first of all, speaking about all the mining they did here, when they mined, they made the tectonic plates. They cracked the Earth by mining, and that's why our Earth doesn't look like this anymore. When they're mining, their big technology, I don't know how big their mines or their equipment was, but it was obviously big enough to crack this entire Earth and destroy an entire planet, as we've seen with this right here. Their equipment was capable of destroying a planet, and this is where they cracked the Earth. The cracks are all connected with each other, and it just shattered our Earth. They did it to the point where it didn't completely make our entire planet just fall apart and just get totally obliterated and destroyed like that, or the mystery ninth planet. But they did it enough where the continent Pangea just started splitting apart, and ooh man, it's just so, I don't know what to say about this. I don't know. It's just so it blows my mind so much. I don't know what to think anymore. But anyways, so they made the tectonic plates. They destroyed a planet, and the tectonic plates now shift our Earth around, and it's damaged. And you might be wondering, why aren't aliens here anymore? Like, what happened to them? I mean, they're still here, but the reason they're not, like, they don't have settlements and stuff is because once the meteor hit Earth that wiped out all the dinosaurs, it destroyed all their technology. It destroyed pretty much every alien sitting on this planet. And that's another reason why about this mystery planet that got destroyed was, how could a big meteor, just a massive meteor from this mystery planet, that might be a piece. So when this mystery planet got destroyed, a piece of it might have flown into Earth, might have floated through here and hit Earth, and that's why there's no more dinosaurs. I'm not sure about this. This is totally hypothetical with that, but we know the meteor that hit Earth wiped out any aliens on the planet at the time and all their machinery. And the aliens, they probably weren't on Mars or anything. They probably already desolated Mars. They probably just didn't really. Once they got word, though, they probably thought Earth just had nothing on it anymore. No more minerals they could mine. They probably thought it was too dangerous to go on. So they left it untouched. And then once they were done with our solar system and mining all the minerals from it, they left. And this might have been 100 million years ago, 50 million years ago. I have no idea when they left. But not all of them left. And that's why we see these sightings. And my point being is, these aliens are a master race of explorers. They explore all the time. They know where we are. They know about this. They probably learn about Earth in their schools. So these little orbs and lights in the skies is them studying us. They probably came back to Earth and saw us and was like, how did this happen? Like, how did, after the planet was obliterated, how is there still life here? And they they watch us now. They see how advanced we are, and they're probably learning from us. They're stealing our technology and probably using it on their other worlds, because our technology and their technology probably work completely different. Ours might be more advanced than some of their technology, but for the most part, they're way more advanced. But they're still learning. They want to learn everything they can from us, and they can't learn much from us if they just obliterate us again or invade us, because they know how people are. From their own planet, they probably learn that usually when you invade someone's home, they usually fight back, and then a lot gets destroyed. They're just casually just here learning. And this brings me to my other point about Fox News. I'm pretty sure Fox News that it has to be owned by aliens. any news company of that kind. Every time there's a UFO or anything, they pass it off as some sort of crazy guy or a meteor, or they always come up with this weird explanation on why aliens don't exist. And that's just a big cover. They want people not to figure out about their presence here because they're learning from us and they're studying us and stalking us. And they're just, I don't know what their plans for us are. They might enslave us someday. They might just keep us where we are. I don't know. They might one day just, come down here and just be like, hey guys, we just want to meet you guys. Like we knew your planet before you guys were, but this is just, I don't know how I found this, because I just dug for 6 hours straight. I've been just reading all of this stuff, and I've finally put two and two together, and I just wanted to share it with you guys. And I hope this makes you think. And if you guys have anything, if you want to add on, or maybe have a different theory about these aliens, like why they're here or what they done to our planet, whatnot, just comment it below. I'll read every comment because this is shocking. And the reason we see this stuff, especially in Ohio, was because of the past place they were. They used to be in this area. They know their Earth. They studied this Earth. They know it's split. So that's why they're mostly in Cincinnati, where their old civilization was. But they don't. My thoughts is they don't need anything from us anymore, because 150 million years is a long time. They probably came up with some new technology, some more renewable stuff. They don't need to go out and mine anymore. They might have space mills where the suction of space they use as power, which is definitely a good renewable source for them, but I'm not sure. But if you guys have anything, you just comment it below, and I'd like to read it all.